Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Hungary. So, we are just kind of building up, I think. We're kind of researching a couple of things. We're about to finish our tank research. We'll unlock a new division. We're not actually going to do anything with this new division yet, because we're going to wait till we have light tank and then switch everything over to that. I think it's light tank. We could go heavy tank, but I mean, it is good for a longer amount of time, which actually could be a reasonable thing. I don't know, we'll see what the differences are once we actually are able to unlock them. But yeah, we're just kind of chilling out and waiting for some big things to happen in the world. So we finished 2 research. We finished the Great War Tank, which is that's done, and we finished construction. So, which of these tanks is better? Or what do we want to use? So, light tanks are small, agile tanks that are able to both scout and fight lightly armoured opponents. Heavy tanks. These are designed to destroy enemy tanks and fortifications. So maybe we want heavy tanks because we're going to have a lot of heavy people attacking us from the German Reich. I would assume we'd have a lot of tanks attacking. So yeah, we want to go heavy tanks, and then actually because they're good for a while, we would be able to get a good production line going for them. Let's go for that. Let's just go heavy tanks, and then we don't have to research any more tanks after that for a long time. Unless we want light tanks, but does this not mean mutually exclusive in the game? I'm fairly certain that's what that means. Anyway, that's fine. What we're going to go for as well. So the other one was end in industry. There we go. We've got construction speed finished. We could go for the next one, which would take a lot of time. Resource gain efficiency. We don't really have that many resources. We could go synthetic oil experiments, which is something we haven't done before, but would allow us synthetic refineries, which would allow us to make our own oil, which would be good if we can't get a good supply. I think we're going to leave this alone for just now, though, because we don't have any land to actually build any of this on. So what else do we want to do? We could do just research speed increase. I mean, that's generally good. It's just a flat increase to our speed. Now, it was pointed out to me, a good plan might be to try and convince one of the Germans' natural allies to be on our side. Like, if we were to get Italy to switch over to democracy, that would be very, very good for us, because it would allow us to, well, it would basically cut off a lot of the Germans' ability to get African provinces. It would just cut off Germany from a lot of resources. Now, we can't do that just yet, I don't think. What do we need to do? Boost party popularity. Can we we would only be able to boost it for the fascist party right now. So we can't do that, and it costs us political power, so we'll wait till we have a little bit more. But we'll look around and see what our options are. Cool. Anything else going on here that we need to desperately worry about? When's our national focus finish? So it's very, very close to being done. That'll give us a civilian factory, which would be fantastic as well. It'll increase the speed of a lot of our other stuff. There we go, construction effort is done. What do we want to go for next? We go for just another civilian factory. How far are we off liberty? Well, we do have positive democratic, popularity. Okay, let's just go for another civilian factory, and then we'll get the other stuff in a minute. Democrats demand referendum. Unsurprisingly, the idea of people ruling the nation they inhabit can easily grow very popular among the people. The Horthy government, of course, sees the idea of democracy as represented by these movements: freedom of speech, public elections, free press, merely populist rhetoric meant to weaken Mikkel's Horthy's government. However, there is no denying these ideas have taken hold amongst the Hungarian population. In true democratic fashion, they call for a public referendum on replacing the current regime. Although currently easy to ignore, these ideas have a way of growing very persistent. What will happen to us if we make peaceful revolution impossible? Okay, so we can round them up, which will lower the popularity of democracy, which we don't want to do. Proceed as usual. You get democracy revolutionists, which lowers our national unity. Or if we accept the referendum, we can perhaps preserve our legacy. Fascism defeated will happen. We get our unity back. Politics will change. Public elections will be held, and we lose some unity because we've switched over to a different party, I think. Yeah, this is the one we want. Horthy government debates democracy. Surprisingly, the call for more referendums and less repressive measures against opponents of the regime has received some support in internal party discussions. While Horthy government leadership remains sceptical, several influential members have supported a shift. Perhaps they have confidence that little will change in practice, or perhaps they are secretly traitors to the party cause, as many of their opponents would have it. Regardless, the public call for such changes should come. Some of the leaders of Hungary are ready to compromise. The choice may not always stand between liberty and death. The government may arrange elections when the policy has majority support. So we are now the Republic of Hungary. We have a new leader. We have Arpad. I have no idea how to pronounce that. And yeah, we get elections. I don't really know what elections do for you, but anyway. So, we cannot declare war on a country with the same ideological group without a war goal. We can guarantee other ideologies. We can lower world tension with our guarantees. We cannot puppet a country, and we can justify war goals against a country that have not generated world tension. We cannot do that, sorry. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can and can't do now. But yeah, that's really, really good. We might want to even just switch this one over, because that happened within days. Yeah, that happened after 1 day. If we go Liberty, what does that do? This gives us a straight up trade deal opinion factor goes up. Yeah, okay, let's do that. I can't cancel this? Okay, well that's fine. Anything else we want to do now? We might want to try getting alliances. How long? What are the requirements for alliances? Factions. Oh, we could join their faction right now. Oh, if world tension was at 80%. Okay. There's no just alliances, are there? There's just non-aggression pacts. Now, we could start trying to get some non-aggression pacts with the people around us, couldn't we? No, because they just don't like us, and they don't want to. Fair enough, fair enough. But now, if we were to go to, say, Italy, and we were trying to boost party popularity, we could boost the Democratic Party, which could potentially get rid of the Fascist Party. Although it would be difficult. What might be a better idea is trying to get maybe Romania to become democratic, and then we can get our maybe a non-aggression pact down here, and maybe get an alliance down here, and that would then allow us a way out. Poland, we could maybe push to democratic, something like that. Is there anybody else nearby who we might want to switch? So we've got Czechoslovakia here. We can't really do anything with them, or create a faction with them. We're kind of just, we don't really have enough political power to waste it on improving relations right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of save up our political power. We're going to get the one that gives us more political power somewhere in here. Yeah, we're going to get this guy, the silent workhorse, and then we'll get some other stuff later. We don't really need to worry because the German Reich hasn't moved close to us yet. So we're still just building up. Our manpower is still pretty low, but it doesn't matter. Concentrated industry is done. So this just gives us more factory output, pretty good, and allows us to potentially make more factories. Okay, so we can't do anything in engineering because we haven't yet got the first one in the line. Air doctrine could be something we look at. Air, did we just research that, or I think we started with that, yeah. So we could go for like fighters and things. I'm gonna leave that for just now. I just want to see what our options are. Kind of forgot where we're going with this. I guess we could just try and get support weapons up. It's just like an overall increase. But maybe we want things that we can actually produce. So we are producing close air support. Do we have enough factories to like support another thing on top of this? Not really, because right now we're going to want to start building armored vehicles soon, and that's going to take at least a factory to build. So we kind of want to just stick with our one kind of aircraft thing. At least that seems how we want to do it right now, until we get more factories. So we would just want to go to CAS 2, unless we want to switch it all to fighter or something like that. So we'll leave air for just now. If we're only going to build close air support, then it seems to me that maybe we want to go for something like battlefield support again. I think that's what we went for last time, but it seems like it could be a good option. Yeah, it improves how air support interacts with divisions. So we could possibly do that. That seems like a good idea, actually. And that would just allow us to have a lot of close air support, and then we could kind of have our front line, and then have the aircraft just providing support to that front line. Just stop anyone moving past it. Okay, so we'll go that way. Seems sensible to me anyway. Like, we don't really have enough infrastructure to make a large number of bombers. The games of the 11th Olympiad. The 11th Olympic Games were recently held in Berlin, Germany. Attended by athletes from over 49 different nations across the world, the 1936 Summer Olympics are the first in history to have enjoyed limited live television coverage. The Games were a significant propaganda victory for the German regime, which spent lavishly on the event. German athletes saw the most success, winning 33 gold medals, while the Americans came in second with 24. 4 of those were won by Jesse Owens, the single most successful athlete of the Games. The Games are now concluded. Okay. So, still not an awful lot for us to do. We are gaining some army experience, which is very nice. Do we have any divisions that are near built? Not really. We're kind of fine there. Oh, what we might want to do is we might want to change our cavalry over to these guys. But I'm going to wait till we research the heavy tanks, and then we'll do that. Just so that we're not replacing them twice. It would also mean we'd have to produce twice, and it's just not really a good idea. Okay. Cool. Germany's kind of not doing a lot right now. They will very soon just start really expanding towards us, but I'm okay just now just to wait on it. Now, do we want to maybe improve relations with... we don't need to improve relations with the United Kingdom. Because they don't actually like us. Well, they already like us enough, that's what I'm getting at. We could boost party popularity. I haven't heard this song before in the game. Sorry, it was just a little bit off-putting. We could definitely go for some democratic push here. What's Mare Nostrum? So they're going kind of ships. They haven't gone down any of their special paths yet. Okay. Let's try and push them towards democracy, I think. Costs us it costs us 0.25 power per day. We get 1 per day, so it's gonna cost a quarter of our stuff. But doing it earlier means there's more chance of success. Let's give off a very small amount of our growth there to push it towards Italy. The Treaty of Addis Ababa, so Italy's taken some of Ethiopian land. Okay. Not that big a surprise. Right. This must be a democracy-only song. That's kind of cool that there are different songs for different like things, because we didn't hear like any kind of music like this beforehand, but now we're hearing lots of it. So we probably want to go, if we're going down here, we're going to go Liberty, probably Interventionist. That means we can send volunteer forces. The other one is Neutrality, which means we can't join factions. So yeah, we want to go Interventionist, Volunteer Corps, Foreign Expeditions. And then why we fight? Do we actually need to go down this line at all? I mean, the only thing that allows us to do is get factions, which we don't really care about. We've already switched over. We already got the bonus from political effort. Deterrence is the only thing that really would jump in there, because it allows us to have more... Yeah, that allows us to build up a larger number of troops, but then we have to take neutrality. Yeah. Yeah, let's ignore that. Because I don't want to play... I mean, we could play a game where we just don't go into fighting at all, but that doesn't seem like something we want to really be going for. Maybe we just want to try and get more factories. Just build ourselves up. It might also be a good idea for us to get one of these ones, just to allow us to get extra research for things before we actually go into that. Like, before we start thinking about infantry research, we might want to go for that. Before we start thinking about land doctrine or air doctrine, we might want to be going into one of these. So let's plan out our research a little bit, opposed to randomly doing it. So when this research time one finishes, we'll probably go for the next research time one. Makes a lot of sense to me. When air doctrine finishes, like the first one, do we want to just go straight for the next one? If we do, then we probably want to be going into the air doctrine path. And heavy tank, we don't really know where we're going after this. We could go into things like support weapons. Definitely an option. So if that... Apologies, I clicked off the screen and managed to close my audio thing there. Anyway, so if we're going into... where was I? If we're going into air doctrine, we're going to want to get the air doctrine stuff. Where is it? This one. We're going to want to get the stuff that makes this cheaper. Engineering, is there anything that makes this cheaper? That's a line we're going to go down quite a lot. And infantry, is there anything that makes that cheaper? Let's go have a look at this. So army effort that's for land doctrine. Infantry weapons and support artillery. So yeah, that would make that a little bit cheaper. And definitely if we're going any special forces, we want to go all the way down to the bottom. Just for the research bonus. I think what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to go to aviation effort. That also gives us the research bonus. We then want to go fighter focus. Yeah. Then aviation effort 2. And then that'll be and then cast effort as well. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So we kind of want to get that bit if we're going air. That seems sensible. Yeah, let's get aviation effort. Get it nice and early so we can actually get the bonuses to research. Okay. We have finished the engineering one. We'll just get the next one on that list. Just faster research speed all around. Seems like a good thing to invest in early. We've almost got enough political power for the next main thing we're doing. How's Italy looking? His Democratic Party's getting a little bit bigger, which is nice. It's just a little bit of a push there. Even if it fractures and falls apart, and like some of it stays fascist, some of it stays democratic, it's still really good for us. Because it just means that the other places up here are going to be a little bit weaker. Oh, how's the Spanish Civil War going? We probably would like the Communist Party to win, the Republicans, because that means that we would be... yeah, that means that Germany would not have another ally, basically. Yeah, it looks like it's not going to happen that way, but that's what we would like to happen, ideally. Okay. Yep, Italy's still going. Do you want to maybe give up more of our stuff to push? I think we should wait until we get the next advisor, and then we maybe can give up some more of our political power to push maybe a democratic Romania or a democratic Yugoslavia. I think we maybe want to go Yugoslavia first, just because that then gives like a front, like opposed to say Germany was to push into Yugoslavia, that would kind of get them circling us. But if we have like all of us allied effectively, that could give us a nice kind of border, and it would allow us to put up a good defense against Germany. This is just me kind of theory crafting. Haven't really gone too far into it. Yeah, let's go fighter focus, then aviation effort 2. There we go. Keep going. Do we have any more troops? Oh, we have enough to modify our government. Let's get that. Political power gain. That means we gain 1.05 a day. And let's go send them over to Yugoslavia. We want to boost party popularity for democratic. There we go. Cool. That seems to be going well. And I think this is probably a good point to end the episode. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.